Do you want to be rich, or do you want an absolute guarantee that you will never be poor? Do you believe that we will have another recession like we had in 2007 and 2008? What do you want to happen to you this time when it occurs? What if there was a way not to lose any money and actually focus on growing your money instead of losing it? Answer to these questions coming up in this video, but first make sure to stick around until the end, where I reveal a little known secret the affluent use to build wealth, avoid market losses, and pay less money in taxes. Which reminds me of a question to ask you. Is there someone at the IRS that you are so madly in love with that you want to leave them most, if not all, of your hard-earned money when you die? We are getting started right now. Hello and welcome to Ask the Lender. Thanks for checking out this video. This is your go-to channel for advice on current market trends, wealth building strategies, how to pay less money in taxes, plus housing market updates and mortgage advice. Where were you in 2008? What is your memory of the Great Recession? On September 29th, 2008, the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by 777 points in intraday trading. Till the stock market crash of March of 2020 at the start of COVID-19, this was the largest point drop in history. Life, as we know it, would change forever that day. Now, in 2008, my father was a few months away from retirement. And after the markets crashed, he had to work an additional 4 years just to get back to where he was prior to the collapse. Then sadly, in March of 2014, just 3 months into retirement, he was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So basically, he was given a death sentence. Now, if you knew that you were going to die within the next year, what would you do different financially? Because I'm sure my dad would have spent more time with us, his children, and his grandchildren because he told me so. And it was at that moment that I knew I had to find an alternative to the markets. Well, after my father passed, I went on a search for a safer alternative to the stock market. What I discovered was a confidential secret to building wealth, which minimized and even eliminated most of the risk. And the best part is this strategy has a contractual obligation that allows you to participate in the stock market gains and be shielded from the market losses. When it comes to money, most people tend to only see two worlds for growing their money. One world is Wall Street, and the other world is the bank. Each world has a different marketing message and philosophy on money. How does this little known wealth strategy actually work? Remember at the beginning when I asked, do you want to be rich, or would you rather have a guarantee that you will never be poor? What if you could actually do both? Would that make you feel even better? Bet. So here's what you've been waiting for. This little known strategy uses a specially designed life insurance policy, also known as an insurance contract. This is key because you have your guaranteed returns in writing, as well as a written agreement you will never lose money. In this strategy, the death benefit is lowered, thus reducing the cost of insuring you. And by lowering the cost, you are now able to grow more of your money faster. So in essence, you're not buying a life insurance policy just for the insurance part, you're using it as a wealth building vehicle. The insurance money is just the cherry on top. Another good reason to consider this strategy is because you can access your money tax-free in retirement. Remember the question about who do you love at the IRS? Well, you can break up with them because you get to keep your money. But we'll share more information on that in a completely separate video because that'll take a little bit of time. But an added bonus is you can even become your own bank. You borrow from yourself, you pay yourself back with interest, thus increasing your own personal wealth and not that of the banks. There are hundreds of insurance carriers in America. There are thousands of different insurance contracts. Now, I only believe in and trust a handful of these. Very few insurance carriers have the program that I'm describing or even allow their agents to design them the way that best benefits you. There are two main strategies for building wealth with this concept. The first is a contract that grows by a conservative rate of return every single year and provides a dividend if the company performs better than expected. Now, the groups I work with have never missed an interest payment, even in bad economies, and they have issued a dividend to contract holders every year for over 100 years. The interest is guaranteed. This is the way my ultra-conservative clients like to grow their money. Imagine between now and retirement having growth every single year on your money, nonstop, uninterrupted, compounding interest. The second strategy for building wealth in these programs involves linking to different stock market indexes without actually placing your money in the stock market. Your contract is credited interest based on how the market performs. You are also protected against having a negative year when they don't perform, or even worse, if they drop like we've seen in the past. The insurance company takes on the risk. It's written into your contract and it protects you in two ways. The first way your money is protected by the insurance company is by having what is called a floor. This means your money participates in the upside growth of the stock market, but can never go below zero. For example, let's say the stock market increases by 8% from the time you place your money until your anniversary date. Well, your account will be credited 8%. Now, let's say the market earned nothing. Your account is credited with 0%. Now, let's say that the market dropped by 25%. Guess what? Your account is credited with 0%. While everyone else is upset and stressed or even delaying retirement, you are sitting back on the sidelines with no losses from the stock market. Just search the market returns for the past 100 years and you will see plenty of drops. Markets lose, and sometimes they lose big. Just because the market loses doesn't mean you have to participate. The second way money is protected is also the mechanism that helps with its growth. It is called the annual reset. Each year on the anniversary date of your policy, the insurance company assesses what it owes you for the year based on how the stock market index performed. And at the same time, it resets and locks in your principal gain for the year. So for example, let's say you have $100,000 and the market is up 8%. Your money would grow in this example to $108,000 and lock in at that place. You can never go lower than $108,000 unless you take money out of your account or you stop paying on your policy for an extended period of time. But compare this to the stock market where you see rising and falling account values each year. Does this strategy always go up? No. I've seen flat years in my own plans. Does it lose to the market? Also a no. And this is the way the savvy, affluent person prefers to grow their money. They'll take several years of ups and a few of flat over the stress of trying to predict whether the markets will be up or down. They hedge their assets for the times of a recession or even a depression. So if you or someone you know has money in the markets or even equity in your home or an investment property, you should consider this strategy as an alternative. There is a link in the description to learn more and see if this is a fit for you. A recession is coming, and I've created another video just for you that reveals 5 key indicators you should be tracking. So make sure to check that one out. And we'll see you next time on Ask the Lender.